Good day, everyone. We are from Baliwasan Senior High School Standalone. We are here to interview the SK Chairman of Barangay SINUNUC, Zamboanga City.
Good day, sir. I am Suday Sanain Abdullah, and this is my group mates. And
I'm Shaima Tigalang. Good day, sir. I'm Agbina Kapala. Good day, sir. I'm Shima Masula.
Good day, sir. I'm Janeline Abdurrahman.
We are, sir, from Baliwasan Senior High Standalone. Andito po kami para itanong sa inyo kung ano-ano ang mga ginagawa ng isang SK Chairman. How have you been in office as SK Chairman?
So good day, sir. First and foremost, I congratulate you for this job well done. And thank you for choosing SK Council of Barangay SINUNUC for being your respondent for this kind of activity. So back to your question, sir. It's been 5 years now because we started by the year of 2018 when the RA 1074-2, or also known as Sangguniang Kabataan Reform Act of 2018.
Next is, how is the Sangguniang Kabataan doing?
Precisely, we are doing our best for the welfare of the youth sectors in our community. We are dealing with the 7 centers, to name it all. We have the Center for Education, Center for the Health, Center for the Livelihood, Center for Socio-Economic, Center for the Sports and Development, and other centers. So what we are doing right now is that we are more about capacitating the youth sectors towards leadership and service skills. Basically, if you know that our community is one of the active organizations among the 98 barangays in the city of Zamboanga City. So, aside from the activities that we are implementing, we are also having our projects, which are the following. We have the human chessboard. As you can see outside the barangay, there is a big chess. Right? And you can see the barangay. Also, we conducted implementing the beautification and cleanliness programs along the highway. As you can also witness that we have our mini boulevards called if you pass by to our seashore there. So it's also one of the project of the it's a collaborative project of the barangay and the SK Council of Barangay SINUNUC. So we are looking forward that we can able to access more activities. We can able to promote more activities and programs for the benefit not just to the youth sectors but the entire community of Barangay SINUNUC.
Okay, sir. Gaano kayo katagal maglilingkod sa serbisyo?
Maraming salamat, sir. So, I believe during my term, so way back 2018, so it supposedly, meron lang kaming 3 years of plan, 3 year rolling, 3 years in service. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, nagkaroon tayo ng extension of service. So, supposedly by 2022 is mag-end na yung term ko. However, due to the global health crisis, the pandemic, so na-postpone yung elections for local election. Right, sir? No? So lahat naman tayo na-apektuhan ng pandemic. So according to my research, hindi natuloy ang election due to kulang yung finance ng ating gobyerno kasi madami tayong utang sa labas. So mas kailangan pa i-priority, which is correct naman. So mas kailangan natin i-priority ang mga higher concerns rather than sa elections ng local position. And it's been about 5 years now since hanggang ngayon SK pa rin ako. So parang nag-extend kami na nag-extend. And I don't think so if matutuloy ang December election, which will be po December 5, 2022. Kasi supposedly that day mag-end term namin, but we don't have any accurate ideas because also the COMELEC and the Congress are delivering for the subject matters.
As a chairman of SK, how do you empower the youth?
Okay, sir, thank you for the leadership question. So, I do empower the youth sectors throughout the 16 puruks. Basically, we are having our communication through the purok youth leaders in the barangay. So we have 16 puruks, and we also have the 16 leaders in the community. Not just that, we also have the Katipunan ng Kabataan organization, which is composed of, I believe, 15 to 30 years old, since the RA 1074-2 nagsasabi doon na kapag ang bata or ang youth sector, ang youth alone is 15 to 30, you are considered under the shelter of the SK Council. And aside from that, we also do gathered information sa labas too. to possibilities kung ano mga dapat natin i-priority ng mga projects and implement programs, because we cannot establish something na hindi naman talaga siya dapat yun ang ibigay sa ating community, especially sa welfare ng mga kapatid.
What is your important role in the community?
So, my important role in the community, I should be the voice of the youth. Basically, I am elected as the SK chairman for the position, which is it is a small unit of government that we need to assess, we need to provide, we need to contribute and to be able to understand what are the concerns and problems that must need to solve in basically in a way of saying na si SK kasi tayo nagsi-shelter, tayo yung nag-absorb mga problems noon, ng mga outside problems, ng concerns nila, and along the process, doon natin nakikita kung yung mga nagawa ba natin ay like may interaction ba, or yung mga nagawa ba natin ay saan na napunta. So I think as the SK, we need to provide something na there is a common similarities, and there's something na kailangan kung may mga changes ba.
If you don't mind, sir, saan po ba napupunta yung pondo na hinahawakan niyo?
I mind for that, so I don't answer the question. Joke. So, saan napupunta yung pondo ng SK? The 10% of the SK fund is napupunta pa rin sa community, which is towards the youth sectors. In what manner? Let's say, ang 10% ni SK ay galing sa national, sa ira ng barangay, which is 20, which, yes, we have 10% from the national, the ira from the barangay. So from that 10%, kung titignan natin, masyadong maliit yung percentage ng pondo ni SK para i-implement yung programs and activities. Sometimes, ang nangyayari in the long run, kailangan natin yun siya i-chop into other centers. As what I've said earlier, sir, na meron tayong 7 centers na kailangan bigyan ng mga pansin, especially the environment, so the safety and environment of children, the education, the sports and development, which I believe that we are also, most of the sectors now are having mental anxiety because of the pandemic and personal problems. We need to divide the 10% from the era of the barangay, which is to give it from the 7 centers. Especially, I believe that education is the main foundations of our generation. So we allocate a lot of our funds educations, which basically we give our activities for that is giving our kids, the children, a school materials from the Center of Education. We also have the sports and development. Basically, we do put amount for that so that they can able to have a recreational and I think interaction within one another. So since pandemic crossed our life, so parang masasabi ko na parang kailangan talaga na meron pa rin tayong sports and development, because we believe that, I personally believe na it's not about the winning or the sports itself, but it's about the interaction with one another. I know that the youth sectors are more influential, and I believe that we have a lots of activities along our mind. So it can help us, it can help our mental anxiety and other personal problems. And also we was able to put our finance to environment, which is the beautification and cleanliness program. So as you can see, the Barangay SINUNUC is one of the cleanliest barangay among the 98 barangays. And I think I give you some information with our funds, so I just put it on there.
How can you improve as a SK chairman?
Yes, I believe as a leader itself, we are not perfect. We do mistake. People, even what we are going to do, people will not understand us, will not able to appreciate us. But it's not about recognizing our efforts. It's about what we are able to compensate for the benefit of others. So, as what your question says, pardon me.
How can you improve as a SK chairman?
So, how can I improve as a SK chairman? I cannot. Normally it's an island, so in a way that I can enable my leadership skills throughout interaction with the community outside the office, because I cannot grow if I'm just going to do the paperwork. If I am isolating myself and not or I just putting myself and doing paperwork, it's a matter of if you're a leader, you need to communicate with the people behind the four corners of the room. What I mean is that you need to go, you need to develop more, you need more interactions, and at the same time you need to communicate with the experiences of others. In that manner, I believe that I can make a progress, not just myself, but my capacity as a leader.
What are your plans before you finish your term as SK chairman?
We plan after I finish my contract as SK chairman. So since the election is not yet, there is no accurate ideas if it will going to extend or it will going to stop on December 5, 2022. So my future plan is that if given the chance, at inshallah, I am planning to use my profession, which is I am a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Education, major in Social Studies. So maybe this is if this is not a call, perhaps I want to be a teacher because I believe that education is the main source or foundations towards the betterment of others. And since I am a product of poverty, so I want also that to give free educations, not just that equality, but equity of all. What I mean is that there are lots of marginalized sector. We have our kababayan. What I mean is that we have our indigenous people in community who don't have any access towards education, who are really struggling with their finances. So I want to bring the education not just in the school institutions, but also the institutions. And that is one of my goals after my term as SK chairman. Second is that, of course, everyone would like to have a stable job, right? So aside from that, if given also the chance, I want to enroll myself as in a men in uniform. I really want to be a part of the. I want to be really part of the peace and security in our community, knowingly that Mindanao is an area which they say others mindset says that our area or the Mindanao are parang masyadong magulo. They're always but I want to eradicate those things. I want to eradicate those perceptions in their mind that we are peaceful in Mindanao. So I want to engage myself in institutions of security personnel like perhaps in the Philippine National Police and other agencies in the agencies of the peace and security offices.
Ano-ano na po ba yung successful na project na nagawa niyo sa community?
In my 5 years of service being a public servant, I realized that I never imagined that I'm able to do things that I never done before. So we have done, empowering others, especially the youth itself in the community. Like we need to inform the public that, especially the youth, that regardless of your religion, regardless of your color, regardless of where you come, regardless of your culture, what matters most is that what have you able to influence others. I myself, I was able to conduct a lot of activities, a lot of trainings, not to brag research, a lot of programs that being implemented in our community. I believe since I started my journey as SK chairman, there was this big opportunity that we have able to have our own independency when it comes to finances, when it comes to decision making, when it comes to activities to be implemented towards the community. And I think that's one of the biggest accomplishment that I have done. Second is that we have our youth profiling. So not everyone from the barangay have this opportunity to have a youth profiling, which is the main objective of the youth profiling is that to know the background of our youth sectors in the community, who are less fortunate, who are teenage parent, right? Who are those who can able to enroll themselves, like our ALS, the alternative learning system, or what's called that one, or out of school youth. So by that profiling, we can able to assess if for the possibilities of our programs to be implemented and in the community, as well as when it comes to tangible projects. We have done our Baywalk before 2018, but it was been demolished since we have partnered the barangay from the national era. I mean national Congress. So it was developed our Baywalk there. As you can see, that there is a lot of improvement, but it needs to be improved. And so with that, we are still continuing our programs, the beautification and cleanliness programs in the community. What else we have done is that we also done during the pandemic. We was the frontliners. I think that's what the biggest contribution we have done during our term, because not everyone can able to do that. Since it's about, we are talking about the risks, we're talking about our health. So I was there. I was a person who was the first, respondent during the crisis that we had during the past year, 2019, and then able to help the marginalized sectors to not just the marginalized sector, but our OSY, or out of school youth. So wherein was able to enroll them through basic alternative learning system schooling, or institution, and from that institution they have able to land a stable job, which most of them are in a canning factory, as we are known for being a sardines capital of the Philippines. And what else we have done? We also done, I think I cannot able to mention everything, sir, but I believe since the people from our community can speak, so I believe from their words of wisdom, from what they have, what we have contributed to them, is a lot of impact and message that we have able to contribute during our term as a SK in general.
Thank you po, sir, sa pag-accept ng mga aming information. Bilang isang estudyante ng Baliwasan National High School standalone, so kailangan pala namin mag-isip para sa mga kabataan, masusunod na kabataan. I mean, sa next po sa mga kabataan na nag-aaral. So, marami pa kaming pagdadaanan sa buhay, I mean sa dream namin. Marami pa kami isa-sacrifice. Tayong kailangan na ma-engage sa mga dreams na kailangan natin. Then, thank you, sir. Thank you po.
We are looking forward na mas madami pa po kayong nagagawa sa mga children and for the youth. Maraming salamat po.